guess what? The HEROES Act passed. It sure did. The House said, you know what, we're going to go ahead and pass this joker, 208 to like 199 or something like that. But it passed, all right? The Health and Economic Recovery Omnibus Emergency Solutions Act passed, all right? That's what HERO stands for. Can you believe that? All right, so today, okay, we're going to be talking about how much it costs, all right? We're going to talk about how that there's no paycheck guarantee within the program. There's no recurring $2,000 a month stimulus checks, and how that there is no automatic stabilizers, like none at all. However, we will be talking about that. But before we do that, like, share, subscribe so that we can get some more videos like this and introduce you to a concept called velocity banking, business credit, real estate investing. All right. I want you to know something. The cost of this bill was $3 trillion, and not everyone was pleased with that. Okay. Not everyone was pleased with the bill. Not everybody was on board with it. We know that there were a lot of people that were against it. Because remember, it passed 208 to 199. So it was pretty close. But it did pass, okay? So we know that the majority leader of the Senate side, Mitch McConnell, was like, you know what, I don't really like it. I think it's like a grab bag. I think that this is something that we should look further into. And so, okay, well, you know what, it passed, right? So let's get into the meat of what this entails. No paycheck guarantee. What this would have done, if they did include the paycheck guarantee in there, it would have 100% guaranteed the workers' wages, your wages, okay, up to $90,000. So those that were getting the $90,000, right? Hey, your paycheck is guaranteed up to that amount. However, it's not in this one. And there was a little mini rebellion, okay? But the progressives were getting kind of skittish, and they were like, what in the world? But it did eventually pass, all right? So what are your thoughts about that, actually? I want to get your thoughts. What are your thoughts about not including that paycheck protection guarantee, right? I mean, Moody's economist said this, all right? He said this. He said, I want you to know that this included $654 billion over 6 months. And this is actually less than the small business loans that were passed by Congress under the Paycheck Protection Program. So with them not guaranteeing the paychecks, man, I'd have to default to you, my viewers, my subscribers. What are your thoughts on that? All right, so let's get on to, there's no recurring $2,000 a month stimulus checks. Now, a lot of people were against this simply because they do not think that a one-time payment is going to be enough for the households, okay? Within this bill, there's not going to be a $2,000 a month stimulus. I know there was a lot of talk about it. We even covered it in our videos, all right? And there was talk, and people were they were even bringing up more scenarios. Bernie Sanders had a play in there. How that, hey, we need to bring these people more capital. We need to bring them more money. $2,000 a month is something that we can do. However, ultimately, it did not pass. Okay, so there will be no recurring monthly $2,000 a month checks, at least not in this round. Okay, and there will be no automatic stabilizers. So do we remember when we were talking about the automatic boost to the economy, right? Community, the ABC Act, right? That's not going to be here, right? So what this would have done, it would have automatically stabilized. It would have tied, right, the aid, the federal aid, to the need. So it would have extended the relief. Like, say there was another health and economic impact, right? And it actually got worse than we thought, right? So it would actually extend that aid towards those individuals, towards those banks, towards whatever is needed, versus having to go back to the House, back to the Senate, back to Congress, right, essentially, and saying, hey, can we pass another legislation? What this would have done, it would have autonomized the system. But they said, nah, we don't want it. Whew. Okay, fine. You don't have to have it, right? So, but what it would have done, it would have helped with unemployment insurance, because now, does anybody know how long they're going to, those of you that are unemployed, do you know how long that unemployment is going to last? Right, so what this would have done, this automatic stabilizer would have helped out with unemployment insurance. It would have helped with, let's say, your unemployment, runs out, right? Hey, it would have helped with that, but this time, the automatic stabilizer is not there. So, man, isn't that something? Isn't that something that we have these scenarios going out? But you know what? I'm definitely thankful, right, for what money is being handed out from the government. There's also, and this just in actually, I wanted to share with you something that I think, no, it's not going to start a stir or whatnot. It may, however, cause you to think, right? It may cause you to think and to wonder, well, what in the world is really going on here? Because we know that Representatives Ro Khanna and Tim Ryan, they actually were for the Emergency Money for the People Act. You remember that? Absolutely. And so what's going on is that they are wanting, right? They're wanting to actually bypass, and you're going to see this in the news, they're wanting to bypass the banks for the disbursement of the payments. They're wanting to bypass them and go from the IRS to the employer. So it would be the IRS paying the employer instead of going through an intermediary, a bank. And so just a lot of things are just going on that I definitely would love your opinion about. I want you to comment, like, to share, and subscribe. And we went over the cost of the legislation. We went over how there's no paycheck guarantee, there's no recurring, there's no automatic stabilizers, but, right, there will be that payment. So the $1,200 for the individual, $2,400 for the joint filers, all right? So, folks, tell me what you think about it. Definitely want to hear from you. Love hearing from you. And, folks, hey, like, share, subscribe, and the Heroes Act passed. God bless. This is for you. This goes out to one of the best property managers. Ain't no one else out there that can hang with you. You got these apartments on lock. Your hustle don't quit and your game don't stop. I know you're sick of me not paying the rent. Got my check next thing you know my money's spent. But I know I got a reckon, and I'll have your money on the 22nd.